What is this? Only sanitary moistener. I don't know. This is Katie with Vintage and Vinyl, and we are here at a wonderful place, and I just ran into one of the store ladies here, and she has some fabulous things to show you.
Well, thanks for coming in. This is great. Leftovers is a one-of-a-kind store. We have a lot of items that are one-of-a-kind. You don't just see every day, in fact, maybe ever. So we have two young owners that go to Europe several times a year, bring back all this fabulous stuff. So it's a treat to come in, I think, and it's a treat to have you visit with us.
And it really is fabulous. We were walking through the mall, and I saw this, and you know I love my industrial and advertising things, and I just fell in love. And what is this piece?
This from outside of an old eye doctor's office. It looks French. I think I told you it was English earlier, but I believe it's French. So the guys go to France, Italy, they go to England, Belgium, you know, all these places, and bring back all this fabulous stuff.
Well, it is just amazing. And of course they have this beautiful industrial clock here, probably from a train station or somewhere of the likes, but it is amazing. That green rusty color is gorgeous, and this whole mall is full of wonderful antiques mixed with some newer handmade pieces, and Christy and I are having a really good time going through here. So if you are ever in the Brenham, Texas area, where should people go?
290 West, heading out toward Austin. We're also set up at Blue Hills and during Round Top, and also the Red Barn. We have a store in Houston at MAI, Memorial Oaks and Interiors, and we have a store in New York City now.
Oh, how wonderful. Yeah. So definitely check out Leftovers, Antiques, and all the wonderful places you can find them. So this mall has something for everybody. It's got a little bit of rustic, a little bit of industrial, and a little bit of beautiful traditional French antiques. And this scale really caught my eye. It's a Stevens & Sons scale. I've never seen one quite like this with the larger copper bowl, the way that it's sort of a different shape. And I love, love, love that yellow paint with the green. It's $425, so I think I'm gonna leave it here. But it is just amazing to see. And Christy was telling me how much she really enjoyed looking at this birdhouse. And I know birdhouses are very popular. This is not a reproduction. The lady tells me that this is actually a 19th century French bird cage. It is $6,950. And I would get this if I had that kind of money, and I would put birds in it. But it is just gorgeous, absolutely amazing. Everything here in this mall is so well laid out. And one of the other things I just fell in love with, and I have no way to get home, nor really the cash for it, is this incredible brass light. Oh, it's got this industrial stand. I am totally in love. And it is $950, which honestly for something like this is not a terrible price for these industrial lamps. I do collect a lot of industrial things, and I kind of know what the prices are for these types of items, and this is right in line with what I'm typically seeing. But man, oh man, is that fabulous. So another thing that I wanted to highlight here is this amazing brass spray can. I've never seen anything quite like it. It is 19th century according to the tag, and I mean, look how old this wood handle is. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's got rivets on the side here. Oh, man, I'm telling you, so different and cool. The brass has been polished. It is $395, which honestly, I don't know what these go for, but that does seem fairly reasonable for the amount of brass and what it is, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. Now, another thing that I noticed over here that just made my little heart so happy, because I love all kinds of rusty, crusty boxes, is these little paint tins. There's 3 of them. And when you open them up, this one is a watercolor tin. It's got all the little compartments for your watercolors and brushes in the middle. And it says the student's box of Landseer watercolors. And I love the way they've spelled colors. So this kind of makes me think this might be an English piece. And then this one opens up as well. It's another box. It's $165, but I don't know how often you're going to run across something like this. This has the painter's palette inside of it, and it's a beautiful wood. And then you've got all the little paint tubes. How cool is that? And you've got your pen painting, SoCal powder. Man, amazing. And I think that this probably is French. So there is another box similar to it up here. Uh-oh. We just dropped the paint. We'll have to get that. Luckily, everything's okay. Okay, so the paint palette is fine. I dropped it, but luckily they're just paint, so nothing broke. Those things are so slick sometimes, but I'm glad you got to see those beautiful painting boxes. And now we're on to something that is just so cool. This is a hat mold. I've never seen one like this, and it's kind of shaped like a bowler hat. So I'm assuming that's what it's for. It's $695, and it's a fantastic 19th century hat mold. Really gorgeous. If this were a lot less, I probably would be adding this to my hat collection because it's just so unique. I've never seen another one, but that's the kind of things that you're going to find here at this mall. The prices might be a little more on the collector side, but you're going to get something that you're probably not going to see anywhere else. Okay, Christy's got Tippy in tow. He is riding in his little papoose. He is adorable. This is our
blue
first,
coconut.
Yeah, Tippy cam of the day, and we got blue coconut
I'm sorry, I love blue coconut shaved ice.
Oh, it's good because it's warming up out here. And Christy, what were you so excited about?
This French daybed.
These
it's
are
missing
gorgeous.
the end, but you could easily rig that where you could, you know, some 2x4s.
Easily, and then of course you could use it as a little entryway seat
Oh
too.
man,
those
it's
are
nice.
just amazing, beautiful
That's
details.
absolutely. I only have a car. I can't.
Yeah, we got a small little
And we have loaded
car. Yeah, we have packed it.
We're gonna have to do some magic trying to get all the stuff in there. To, you know.
Yeah, we are. We'll get it.
Okay, Katie, what were you telling me just now?
Well, I feel very Texas, very cowgirl on this hat, but I love it a lot. It's a lot of fun.
Look, y'all, she's sitting like a Texan.
Yeah, Christy would know. She lives here.
That's right. Texas proved.
So Christy definitely found my spot here in this little booth. Look at this little carton filled with all kinds of cool jars, testing tubes, great graphics on all of these pieces. I love all of these paper cardboard boxes. It's amazing to me that these things survive as long as they do, just simply because they're cardboard, and cardboard really wasn't meant to last. So I love the graphics on this ball jar. And then of course I've got a little eye wash cup here. And what is this? Ooh, a fever thermometer. Wow, that's got some cool graphics. Of course, you know, don't want the old mercury anymore in those thermometers, but that box is cool. What is this? Only sanitary moistener. I don't know, but look at this. It says it's manufactured by the Tablet and Ticket Company. It's a medical sterilizer. Look at this, guys. And it's got a little glass lid that opens up. That is cool. $28 really doesn't seem awful for that. That might have to come home with me. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. And then, of course, we've got the soldering paste, which I just love. That Burnley, you do see this quite a bit. I haven't actually seen this colorway before, but it's got some gorgeous graphics. Usually you just see the yellow. So this is the yellow and red, which I quite like. And then this here, oh wow, it's a snake bite kit. Very cool. Love the old medical stuff here. This booth is interesting because, of course, right across from the medical stuff, we've got some fun vintage salt and pepper shakers and swanky swigs. Wow, 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 what fun. This is honestly really another fun booth here at Round Top, and I wanted to show you these brooches because they are stunning. Look at the details on this one. It's got all prong set, more keystones, beautiful back. I love the puddling on that. And then, let me show you this one. It's a JJ brooch, but it's like a little circus guy. I think he's a zebra, and he's got a little Jimmy eye. He is so cute. He is only $14. He just makes me happy. And then we got an elephant, of course, and this beautiful piece for $15. And oh my gosh, this guy is a stunner. And it is $16. Look at the back. Man, lots of great stuff. And of course, they've even got some of these 1960s fun brooches. And the construction mounted on this, wow, I've never seen a brooch like this where it kind of steps down and then is riveted that way. I know that the rivets are always a good indication of 1950s, 60s brooches, but just the way that they've done this, I've never quite seen that before. Very interesting, great for 4th of July. And so many other pretty pieces on this table. This is the kind of stuff at Round Top that you will find if you just kind of go digging and looking. Are you having fun?
Oh gosh, yes, I'm having so much fun. I can swim in these buttons.
I know, right? It's just such a vintage paradise. I mean, there's so many to choose from. They're so cool.
$3 for a bag.
$3 for a bag. And it's the same thing, too, for these marbles over here. You can fill a whole bag for $3, which honestly is a great deal. If you're into crafting or doing any type of small assemblages, this honestly is the perfect booth for you. There's a mix of vintage and modern. These keys are a little newer, but then you've got some vintage keys back here for only $4 each. Honestly, you can't go wrong. And Kristen and I are having a lot of fun going through this. I found that clock that I just have to have. And then these beautiful croquet balls. We've got pool balls. I mean, vintage games, all kinds of cool stuff. They even have tons and tons of telephones, which, you know, I'm all about that. This is an old crank telephone with a magneto in the bottom. And, golly, this is just fun. You know, it's like looking around with all of your favorite vintage things in an antique store, but outside with thousands of booths to peruse and enjoy. It's not just one store, it's many. Ah, what fun. We found some more cool items at Round Top, and this is a Curtis Jare piece, you know, that classic mid-century modern design with all those birds. I think this is called Birds in Flight, and it's a great addition to someone's collection at $225. There's a lot of mix of items here on the Keep Saying yard sale at Round Top, because there's definitely mid-century pieces, there's definitely more farm and sort of rustic, and then there's these industrial pieces, which are just so cool. I think this is really, really neat. It's a vintage coffee grinder. It's got some great details on it. I love that orange color. And we found a spool cabinet. Look how cool this is. And this is a big one. It's Merrick spool cottons. And look at this. It opens up and it's got these beautiful detailed handles and these little tiny drawers at the bottom. I'm totally in love with these little cabinets with drawers for some reason. And I wanted to point this out too, because a lot of people have been using these old playing cards to price their items. And I think it's just so happy and wonderful. It adds just the perfect little vintage touch to some of the displays here out at Round Top. And I'm really enjoying that. This booth is quite interesting. It's got such an eclectic mix, and I'm really enjoying also seeing all the mid-century stuff that this booth has to offer. Everything is kind of getting ready to close down for the day. Most of these booths do close around 5 o'clock, but I was passing by on the way back to the car these little things, and I wanted to share them with you. These, of course, are old newspaper dispensers, and what I love about these is I have seen people taking the inside out and actually using them to store vinyl records. So I can't open this because it's got the lock on it, but if you have one and you get a key, you can actually open this up, take that metal part out, and then store your vinyl records in this. Now, of course, the thing with that is you have to have probably a smaller amount than I do, but I just think it's so cool, and I do see people on Etsy selling them. This definitely is such a mix of stuff. It's hard to describe the booth out here because you might find some cool Coca-Cola advertising, and then, you know, really neat Christmas pieces like this here, and then you might find a giant cactus with flowers. You never know what you're going to see out at Round Top. And this is just one of literally hundreds of fields that are available for shopping. Christy found this booth over here, so let's go in and take a quick look before we hit the road. This is another gorgeous piece I just found. This is Starrett Tools. They have a whole collection of tools that they made back in the day, and I actually have the Starrett Tools pocket mirror, which is hard to find, with the caliber on it, and this is the box for Starrett Tools calibers. And the possibilities with this really are endless. I'd have to put it in some sort of display, but I'm bringing home so much, I don't know how I'm going to get this home, because I did fly here, so that is a bit of a tricky thing. But man, this is gorgeous. I love the wood on it. What do you guys think? Too many wonderful things.
Well guys, this is editing me, realizing that I did not film an outro for this video, and it's so easy to do when you're in the middle of thrifting, particularly at a place like Round Top where it's so big and you're trying to coordinate with other people and film and do all these things at one time. So I'm sitting outside of the Starbucks editing, and I thought, oh, I'll just film a quick outro here. But I had so much fun in Round Top. It was great getting to spend the day with Christy, and of course we really enjoyed that antique mall. The prices though were a little high, but I have to say I think they had some really unique, one-of-a-kind things that you're just not going to see here very often in the States, and I really enjoyed getting to look, even though I really didn't buy anything there. And of course, Round Top, excellent fun. Love my new hat that I got, and all of the cool pieces, including that tablet and ticket company box. It turns out that it's actually not a medical sanitizer. Now, I can see why people would think that. It looks very medical, but upon research, I found that it's actually a box for moistening the labels that go onto one of those boxes that are by apartment buildings and office buildings that have the suite numbers, sort of like a call box. They actually invented that, and they would use that to moisten the labels and then stick them on the inside of those little lighted panels with the buttons. I think that is just fascinating. Now, I couldn't find any other information about this piece. There are no listings for it on eBay or on WorthPoint. Now, I do see quite a few tablet and ticket company ephemera pieces for sale, but nothing like this box. So I've got to do some more research, but from what I could tell, that's what this box was for, and I think it is so fantastic. It's going to stay in my personal collection for a while. I absolutely love it, and it was just a great bargain. The lady even went down on the price, which I can't believe. It was just fabulous. A great way to end the day thrifting there at Round Top. So, of course, before my next video, I'll be seeing you over on Instagram at vintage_and_vinyl. And I hope, as always, folks, that you will stay in, stay safe, and binge YouTube. Bye-bye, everyone.